Okay, I'm doing a really quick video here because I get this asked an awful lot of how do I fix my hay bags or hay nets, whatever you want to call them. And reasonably often a horse will chew right through these things, and then you get a big hole that kind of can look like that. You don't want that because when you have that, they just empty the hay bag like it's nothing, and it totally defeats the purpose of having a hay bag in the first place. So I fix all of mine with twine. So what I do is actually another quick tip: when you take your twine off of your hay bale, you can tie it in a knot like this, so it's not just sitting free on the ground by accident or anything, and that will essentially cut down the amount of times you might stick it in a hay bag by accident. So I'll take a length of it, something long like this, because twine is a dime a dozen around here, and we will go ahead and stitch this up. So we'll bring the camera over this way, and what I like to do actually before we start is turn it inside out. And the reason I like to turn hay bags inside out is because I'm going to make some knots, and it just looks a little tidier if the knots are on the inside and the little frayed bits are on the inside. So here we've got a pretty sizable hole. I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good size. So I'm going to find a part where I can start either at what appears to be the bottom or the top. Here, let's zoom out just a smidge. So this, I would say, is, one end, and this is the other end. If we pull it like this, we can kind of see it start to come together. So I'm just going to start at the very tippy top where there's two places that are in good shape. And remember, we're inside out. So we'll tie our first just normal knot. And then we'll tie what I only know as a reef knot. I know there's another name for this knot for horsemen, but essentially you're going to want the strings coming out the same side, kind of thing, on both sides. If not, if you come around the other way like this, then what happens is that this string and this string are not coming out the same end. You see, it's coming out this side, but this one is not. And that's called a granny knot. So we don't want a granny knot. We want a reef knot, or I think it's called, actually I don't know what it's called, so I'm not going to make a fool out of myself. So I'll just tie that up, and that'll stay pretty snug. There's not going to be a lot of chance for that to come undone. And then I'll just essentially very tightly weave this in and around the busted parts. And I'll just, let's see, let's come over here. This is an odd one because it's sort of a double hole. So we'll do that. And then we'll take maybe this solid piece here and this one over here, like that. And then we'll do one more here and here. That looks pretty good, something like that. And then we will go back into the same place, bring it back through, and pull through like this. And then from here, we're going to make just a bunch of half hitches, like so. Bind that up really tight, and then do it again, essentially. And one more. And this is sort of a bit of a haphazard approach. I really don't put a lot of thought into how I make them all tied up tight and stuff like that, because the knots are in the inside, and the horses aren't generally going to get to them at all. So I'll just make it big. It just doesn't matter. You've got a lot of twine here. You can make a nice big huge knot that I have yet to see ever come undone. So you pull that tight, and then you've got a sewed up hole. And then I usually take the ends and I'll cut about 2 inches or so maybe a little bit, 2 to 3 inches away from the knot, and you're done. And that's it. Should be good.